Good morning, everyone. So I thought today I would talk to you a little bit more about sleep. So if you followed along with our live IGTV video with Satu from Saga Performance Official on Thursday, then you will have heard a little bit about epigenetics and what it can help with and what we can utilize it for in order to optimize ourselves. So today I'm going to go a little bit more into the sleep section of that, because there's a lot we can do with sleep. We need sleep. It's very important for everything with regards to stress, hormones, how much we want to eat, how does training go, how are we being at work, how are we just generally interacting with everyone and everything around us. So let's have a little questions, and then at the end I want you to comment and ask any more questions that you have, or you can save those for our next live talk, which will be coming early next week or possibly tomorrow, but we will keep you updated so you can learn a little bit more about sleep and ask us questions live, which will be really fun. So we want to go into how much sleep do we actually need. Take a moment, have a guess in your head how much you think you actually need. Okay, so you probably have a number in mind. You probably have a number that you yourself manage to get each night. And sometimes we tend to fool ourselves into thinking, oh, I did get enough sleep. But really, we maybe didn't. So we as adults need between 7 and 9 hours sleep. Some of you might have heard this number a lot, and that's because it is correct. We cannot survive for long periods of time on very little sleep. We can survive longer without food than we can survive without having sleep. So you can see how important it is for the body, for the functions of our minds, of how we emotionally deal with things, absolutely everything. If you're getting less than that, if you're thinking you can survive on less than 5 hours a night, you can't. There's only around 3% of the population who can actually genetically cope for longer periods with that shorter amount of sleep, meaning that their bodies are able to deal with the stress of less sleep better than others. But if they still, for too long a period, don't get enough sleep, they will still succumb to the same issues that we have when we are sleep deprived: lack of concentration, emotional instability, bad training, workouts when we're training, not having enough energy. So what can we do to improve the sleep and what affects it? And do genetics play a role? Can it be optimized? Lots of stuff to delve into here. So we're going to start with what affects sleep. Well, obviously, if we're stressed, this can affect sleep. Because our hormone levels are not in balance, our body is not in homeostasis. So when we are trying to sleep, it becomes very difficult for the body to calm itself down. If we don't have a good circadian rhythm, so if we're not in tune with our natural circadian rhythm, which again, we can look into our own genetics and see what is my body predisposed to having, what kind of circadian rhythm should my body optimally be in. And if we can we optimize that through changing our sleeping habits? If our job allows it, if our lifestyle allows it. And yes, we absolutely can. What can we do with regards to nutrition? Well, certain foods that we eat can also affect our sleep. So avoiding those kind of foods closer to bedtime, maybe even cutting them out completely or lowering the amounts of those foods that we have, then that can help our sleep quality as well. What also affects it? Light. So you can see I have these glasses on. These are my blue light blocking glasses. I'm staring at the screen a lot recently. Now that training and nutrition coaching and everything is now become online, we have to be on our computers, be on our mobile phones. And sometimes that means that it can lead to disruptions in our sleep and circadian rhythm. So wearing blue light blocking glasses can help. I try personally not to wear them too early in the day, because it's good to get blue light earlier on in the day, and as we go throughout the day into the evening, we want to reduce that level of blue light so that our bodies are getting prepared for sleep. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do to improve sleep. If that's not possible, if we don't have these glasses available, there's lots of apps you can download onto your phone or your computer that will help with reducing the amount of blue light on your screen. We can give ourselves a nighttime routine, starting a couple of hours before bed, if possible, to get ourselves ready for sleep. Have a nice hot shower, relax, take away those blue light source appliances. Can we read a book instead? Can we use candlelight instead of neon lights in our kitchens? Absolutely. And finally, how do genetics play a role in sleep? Well, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, and we're not going to go deep into the science of it today, but if you have more questions about it, feel free to note those down and come and ask us on our next live IGTV talk. But basically, everyone has their own genetics, and this is what we discussed with regards to epigenetics. That is the study of how do genes express themselves. So, for example, with my own genes that I've had a look at and been fortunate enough to be able to have the skills to analyze them myself, is that my genes have said, well, actually, you're predisposed to having slightly less than the average number of hours sleep than others. That I might have a slight morning propensity, meaning that I wake up slightly earlier, but I'm not someone who would want to wake up, super early, 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, but kind of a general time, early-ish, 7, 8 a.m. is good for me. And someone that needs to really be a bit careful of what kind of foods I'm eating before bed. That can also affect my sleep. I can wake up, I can be restless. So that kind of thing has really started to improve with my sleep, that I'm finding out these things and being able to see in the facts that this is actually what I need to be doing to optimize. And it can be very simple changes. These things we're going to go more into in the talk. So I'm going to leave you there with thoughts. Have a think about it. Use this time to see, am I sleeping really well? You might get used to a level of sleep and think, oh yeah, I'm awesome on 6 hours sleep. But if you got your body used to sleeping 8 hours, it would feel so much better and you would have so much more potential. So have a think about it. Let me know your questions, comments. You can comment down on here as well. Otherwise, save them for our live talk with Saga Performance Official. Satu is going to be online with me. Super exciting, guys, to get you started on this. And have a great day. Happy